Hey, what's up? My name is Tyson Brown and I want to welcome you to Tyson's Fitness Tips podcast. This is Australia's top health and fitness podcast to help you lose weight, look good with your shirt off, feel confident in your body, and finally achieve the goals you want with your health and fitness. So 5 days a week, I'm going to be giving you top information from myself and also from leading experts in the field so you know everything you need to do to get in the best shape of your life. From nutrition to mindset to workout, everything is covered in this podcast and you need to go nowhere else. So like I said, it's going to be 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, in your ears with quick, actionable segments that you can implement straight away, because the most important thing is that you can put these things into play. Also, if you listen all the way to the end of the episode, you're going to get 2 special gifts that you can download upon listening to it. So make sure you listen all the way to the end to get those free gifts, okay? So let's get into the episode. What does Potions class have to do with losing weight? What's going on, guys? Back with another episode. Number 2, we are talking about what Harry Potter can teach you about crushing your fitness goals. And today we're going to be talking about Potions class. Now, you're probably like, what is he talking about? So this is where I kind of came to the analogy. I was actually watching The Half-Blood Prince, and this is where I started to think about when I was looking at Potions class and looking at how they were using math and looking at the right type of ingredients they had to use and the right amounts and the right combinations, I started to think about this, how it applies to weight loss. Because at the end of the day, when you apply some simple math into your diet and nutrition, you're going to be able to figure out how you can lose weight. I wouldn't say effortlessly, but know exactly how to lose weight without getting caught up in a certain type of diet or hearing about hormones and all that other BS. Like when you focus on these foundation things first, which is what I'm going to be teaching you today, it's way easier to do. So if you remember on the Half-Blood Prince episode, Harry Potter has the Half-Blood Prince's journal. And in Potions class, everyone's struggling, trying to figure out, how to put in the right type, the estimates of the potion, the right portions, the right cuts, the right everything, right? But Harry Potter has the book that tells them exactly how to do it. And so while all these other people are guessing and failing, even Hermione, she's failing, she's getting pissed off, Harry knows exactly what to do, and he's getting the potions right. And this kind of is like, you look at all the people who are struggling and trying to lose weight, they're trying the clean eating, they're trying a certain diet, it's just not working. And it's because they don't know the exact calculations of how to be in a calorie deficit. Because that's all that math is. When you figure out how to be in a calorie deficit, you are going to lose weight. Now, being in a calorie deficit means that you burn more calories than you consume during the day. Cool? It's pretty much that simple. If you're burning more than you consume, you're going to be in a calorie deficit. If you're eating the same than you burn during the day, you're going to be in a calorie maintenance. And if you're eating more than you burn during the day, which is what most of us fall into, you are going to be in a calorie surplus, right? So, with that being said, how do we figure out how to be in a calorie deficit? I'm going to give you the exact guide you need to do. So the first thing you need to focus on is that if you're a guy, you get your body weight in kilograms, okay? So in this scenario, we're going to use a 70 kilo male. So if you're 70 kilos, what you're going to do is you're going to multiply that by 30. So 70 kilos times 30 equals 2100. So that you need 2100 calories to maintain your current weight if you're 70 kilos. That means if you're weighing 70 kilos and you're roughly eating 2100 a day, 2200, around that mark, you're not going to lose or gain weight. So that's how you figure out your maintenance. It's just your body weight times 30 for males. Now, once you know that, the next thing you need to do is you need to reduce that by 10 to 15%, because that's going to help you get in a calorie deficit. So if you're eating 2100 calories a day, and we take away 10%, you need to take away 210 calories from the 2100 calories. If you're going higher to the 15% mark, then you need to make sure that you're taking away 300 and something calories. Don't give me the exact amount, but I can't do math that quickly on the fly. But that's what you need to figure out. So you either figure out your 10% deficit or your 15% deficit. I would say go for the 15% deficit, because then you know you're actually going to be losing weight week by week. And so when you take away your baseline, which is 30 times your body weight, then you take that by 15%. That's going to be how many calories you need to eat every single day in order to lose weight, okay? So 2100 calories, take away 15%, equals the amount of calories you need to eat during the day. Now, I think that's actually 1800 calories. Let's say 1800 calories, just for sake in this video. So once you know that, then you need to figure out your macronutrients, because macronutrients are your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. And then when you know your macronutrients, that's how you're going to figure out exactly how much you need to eat every single day. So we'll start with protein because it's the most important. Now protein, you get your body weight in kilograms and you multiply it by 2. So in this case, if you're 70 kilos, you multiply it by 2, and that is 140 grams of protein you need every single day. And so you write that down. So you've got 1800 calories. From 1800 calories, you need 140 grams of protein. Now, each gram of protein contains 4 calories. So you multiply 140 by 4, which is for 560 calories, right? So 560 calories are going to come from protein itself. Then we move on to fats. So fats, safe number, 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. Just roughly, like you can have a little bit less if you want, but for good hormone function, to help keep you full because fats are satiating, and just to have a little bit of variety in your diet, aim for 1 gram per kilogram. So in this case, if you're 70 kilos, 1 gram equals 70 grams of fat. And then every gram of fat contains 9 calories. So 70 times 9 is, I'm having a mind blank. 7 times 9 is 630, is that right? Yeah, so 630 calories are coming from fats, 560 calories are coming from protein. So you add those two up, and then that's how you figure out how many carbohydrates you need. So the leftover calories are going to be there for carbohydrates. So if you go 1800, take away 560, take away 630, whatever remaining calories are from there, you then use those calories to figure out your carbohydrates. Now carbohydrates again are like protein, 4 calories per gram. So you divide 4 by the leftover number of calories you have left, and then you figure out exactly how many carbohydrates you can have every single day. And that's the basic math. So you figure out how many calories you need, you get your body weight in kilograms, you multiply it by 30, you take away 15%. That's how many calories you need. You figure out your protein by multiplying it by 2 grams per kilogram, and then you also multiply however many grams you need by 4. Then you figure out your fats. 1 gram per kilogram, multiply it by 9. You add your fat calories and your protein calories together, and you take that away from your maintenance calories. Then the leftover calories will be divided by 4 to figure out how many grams of carbohydrates you need, and there's your answer. So once you know that, once you know how many calories, how much protein, how much fat, how much carbohydrates you need, there's not much more you need to do for that. You then start to track your food. You start to use MyFitnessPal. You start to read food labels. You start to track everything you're eating, and then you can figure out if you're in a calorie deficit every single day. And that's the basic math. That is Potions Class 101. And if you can master Potions Class 101, you are 90% of the way there. Meal timing, don't worry about it. Supplements, don't worry about it. Let's say micronutrients for now, yeah, they're pretty important, but don't stress about it. Focus on the calories, being in a calorie deficit. Focus on the macronutrients. Don't get so caught up in the hormones. You hear about this and I have a slow metabolism, blah, blah. Don't fall for that bullshit. Just do what I said. Focus on the basics, Potions Class 101 of figuring out your calories and your macros, and I can guarantee you, you're going to be miles ahead of other people. You're going to be ahead of all those people who struggle, who are trying to constantly figure out, oh, you know, is it this diet, is it this diet? It's none of those diets. It's just, all you've got to do is you've got to put in the math, figure it out, and go from there. Humans cannot defy the law of thermodynamics. Unfortunately, I only burn a certain amount of calories during the day. You're only going to be burning a certain amount of calories during the day, and that's it. Now, what happens if you start using the math and it's not working? You're not seeing any results. There's a couple of things. First of all, you actually need to make sure, are you tracking every single thing you're putting into your mouth? The nibbles, the bites, the treats, the things at work, the drinks on the weekend, all of those things add up. If you're diligent 5 days out of 7 days, ain't going to happen because 30% of your calories gets eaten on the weekend. So you got to make sure you're accounting for all those calories, okay? So that's number one. Reassess and just say, are you actually eating everything you think you're eating? Number two is if you are eating everything you're eating, if you are tracking everything you're eating and there's not any results, then what I would suggest is that you reduce your calories by another 10%, okay? So if you're currently eating, let's say 2100 and you're supposed to be losing weight on 1800, but you're not, reduce it by another 100 calories. and just see how you go from there. And you just make these small adjustments, because you might only just need a small minute adjustment here and there, and then you're going to start seeing that scale drop, okay? But apart from that, you should not be focusing on anything else. Don't get up and caught up in all this hormone, the blood typing diets and all that stuff, because it's just more mess in your head. And the more confused your mind is, the less likely you are to actually take action and start applying this. And I just taught you some really basic, simple potions class from Harry Potter. I mean, how fucking cool is that? Pretty cool, right? Anyways, I'm going to be doing episode number 3, and we're going to be talking all about training. Quidditch/training. But basically, you're going to learn about putting in the right type of training program to make sure that you're on the right track to help you lose some fat while also maintaining muscle mass. Because the last thing you want to do is lose fat, but then also lose muscle mass and look like a chubby, like I had the skinny fat look. So we're going to avoid that, and I'm going to show you how on the next episode. Now, if you have any questions about today, about the calorie deficit, about figuring out your math, if you're stuck or anything like that, make sure to hit me up on Instagram, Tyson the Trainer with 2 R's. I'm happy to help out. I'm happy to reply. I'll get back to you. I'll make sure you're on the right track. Cool? All right. Well, I will speak to you in the next episode. Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate it. So now you've listened all the way to the end. That means you get some free goodies. So what you can do is you've got 2 different options, or you can take them both. I've got an intermittent fasting cheat sheet and a high protein 20 recipe meal guide designed specifically for you in your situation. These meal plans and this intermittent fasting guide is designed to help you burn stubborn belly fat and get in the best shape of your life. So all you have to do is go to the show notes, click on the download link, and they'll get sent straight to your email address. It's as simple as that. They're completely free. They're going to help you transform your body. So go to the show notes now and download your free guides, and I'll speak to you in the next episode.